Why do we have to let me lead off?
It's your laptop.
Hello!
Howdy.
I'm Teresa.
And I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm David.
Yeah,
Hi.
I was just gonna say, you want to say your name?
Yeah, my name's David.
Your
Hi.
name is David. Hi, everyone.
Howdy.
We decided, after a couple days ago, we decided to throw our money away.
Yep.
And watch the Batman vs. Superman movie.
Mm.
Which, as you can tell, I'm representing the right choice.
Mm-hmm. And I'm representing an hour from now when WrestleMania. But normally I'm Superman.
Yeah, so he's wrong, so we just ignore him.
We're all wrong right now.
Right. We'll just check on yours, because we had some talking points about why this is a terrible film. And he posted a
few things.
monologue of things.
No, a litany.
A monologue.
Okay. Sure.
We have to find it.
By the way, we are talking about Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yes, and I'm going to be coming at this from a I don't know anything about comics perspective, whereas
I know quite a bit about comics.
Quite a bit is an understatement in comparison to me.
Pretty much.
Let's see. Do you want to read your monologue out loud?
Yeah, sure.
David?
Of course, I have the floor. All right. Well, I'm just gonna
just say
verbatim
it.
say the whole thing. I'm going to sort of passively vent about BvS for a while, so forgive me. These movies go out of their way to make Superman just the dirt worst individual in the world, not just to the viewer, but to the world the films reside in. And yet, all involved parties are supposed to feel bad for him and revere him as a selfless hero. Lex Luthor's characterization is a wrong idea. Now, I didn't actually have a problem necessarily with how Jesse Eisenberg played him. I thought that would have been fine.
I was just waiting for green hair to sprout out of his head.
There you go. But Lex Luthor is not the Joker, nor should he ever be. And also, he shouldn't be like a prophet for Darkseid, because that's clearly what like the last scene is saying. And finally, this is kind of the stickler for me. Batman doesn't kill people. I don't know if you know this, but it's legit.
Really all kinds of not. Even in his nightmares.
Here's the thing, because when he was a kid, you know what happened to his parents? They got killed. You know what killed him? A gun. Guess what he kills people with in this movie?
A jujitsu knife.
No, it's guns. It's guns. That's what he kills them with.
That's not okay.
Those are some of the main ones.
Now, for the first, up until I think Nightmare area of the film, yeah. I thought Zack Snyder, who should never be around comic book movies ever, no. Was very much obviously a Batman fan,
right, versus
a Superman fan.
Mm-hmm.
Only because, now, I have not seen the Man of Steel movie. Oh, by the way, no, just fine.
There's a dog.
There is a dog. His name is Gomez. I named him after Gomez Adams because I was sad and single at the time. And he's going to ignore us.
Yeah,
or bark and get our attention. Anyway, was clearly a Batman fan because while I have not seen Man of Steel, I have heard what people have thought about Man of Steel.
Didn't like it.
Did not. And, yeah. So, it's just very dark, and I've seen some reviews, like some other more popular internet reviewers, say that basically what they did to Superman is make him Jesus.
Which is not cool.
No. Mostly because he's not. He is, as he says, the American dream.
He is. He's the tale of the American immigrant. He comes from the old country, and he's willing to throw aside those things and just embrace being an American.
Plus his red underwear was missing.
Yeah, that's not fun either.
No.
Yeah, so do we want to summarize? The basic way to summarize it is...
Zack Snyder should not be around superhero movies anymore.
Yeah. Superman is... Alright, I'm just going to call him Clark and Bruce, because they don't really act like that. Well, Batman's kind of Batman.
It's still Superman because, as you said previously, Clark Kent is just an empty shell of a man.
Yeah, this movie will, like, this and Man of Steel are basically like, Clark Kent is not a human being. He's not a person. He doesn't have wants or desires or anything.
Gomez, by the way.
Yes, the Gomez.
Gomez. Or lick my nostrils. That works too.
He's just always portrayed as this weird, aloof guy who's like, yeah, I grew up on this planet my entire life with my human parents and all that, but I know I'm not from here. Earth is whatever. It makes no sense. Because it's like, yeah, my weird ghost dad, Russell Crowe, talked to me about Krypton and all this crap.
You have to be still. So yeah. So Clark Kent is the Shallow Man.
Yeah.
Bone. Be happy with your bone.
Mm-hmm.
Is a Shallow Man. Now, to those gentlemen, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, mostly Ben Affleck, because I know you got a lot of crap for playing Batman. Let me just quell your fears. I think you did great.
You did do a good job.
I thought it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, you have to work with what you have. Bye, Bone. And I'm sorry for what they gave you.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be your redemption year from Daredevil, which I'm also sorry for.
I'll still go to bat for Daredevil.
See, he's got your back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can only work with what you have.
Yeah.
As actors, we can only do so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they didn't do you well. Henry Cavill, while I did not see Man of Steel yet, I'm pretty sure I will see it eventually. And I'm sure you did a wonderful job in both films. Mostly because it was just hard to like you because what they did to you. What they did to Superman.
You were basically just asked to stand a lot.
Yeah.
You really didn't get much to do.
No.
In your own movie.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing.
And be Jesus.
Yeah. One thing that I've sort of read, which seems to be the idea that Zack Snyder just doesn't like Superman, which, I mean, if that's not obvious, it's pretty obvious. But even if, like, you're working on something that you don't like, you have to find a way to like it. Like, you have to find some aspect of it. And he seems to have a problem with the idea of someone who would just be a good person. So it's like, oh, we need to, like, show that journey. It seems to be one of the people who are, like, defending it are being like, well, he becomes, like, a selfless hero by the end of it. And it's like, yeah, but he should also know, like, just don't kill people or let a whole lot of people die. Or hide who you are to protect someone else. Like...
That's why I like Supergirl. I'm behind on that.
I haven't watched it, but I really want to.
Should.
I don't have the TV.
Well,
honey.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Back to the task at
I like
hand.
optimism.
Yeah, can't you tell?
Yeah.
I do not. I like dark and broodingness, which is why I like Batman better. Because I have no soul.
Yes, you do.
I have a little one.
We all have a soul.
Just a little.
Anyway. But even at that core, which is another thing they screw up in the movie, at the end of the day, Batman is a person who doesn't want to see anyone die.
No.
Right?
Like, no.
And yet.
Now, I will say this,
Mm-hmm.
just as a not Superman fan, Superman did need his ass kicked.
He did.
He needed his ass kicked.
He did. Because
Mostly because of the first 10 minutes of the movie. And again, it could just be what Zack Snyder did to him in Man of Steel. Because the first 10 minutes of the movie is a little bit of the stereotypical Batman story of, hey, we have to show, once again, for any of you guys, I'm going to look in the camera now.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Wayne's parents died in an alley.
Yep.
Fucking hell!
Yep.
Mind freaking blown. Well, we need that again. In case anybody was bored like 30 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We get it.
Yeah.
Good on you. So we have that. Granted, I did like Jeffrey Dean playing Mr. Wayne.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, which, yeah, I thought that was funny. And while it turns out it wasn't her, but it looked a lot like Nicole Kidman. The other reason why I kind of...
Maggie from Walking Dead.
It is Maggie from Walking Dead.
Maggie
However,
from Walking
I was secretly hoping it was Nicole Kidman because it would have been a nice full circle. Because she plays Batman's love interest in...
Dr. Chase Meridian.
Yeah, her.
That's a great name.
And then she would have played Martha. Yeah. Which, hey, guys, if you guys are mother's name Martha, you become insta-best friends! Yay! Friendship. Anyway, I forgot where I was. Oh, yes, the first 10 minutes. Because then, after you get that sequence, you get Batman or Bruce Wayne in Metropolis during the big fight scene against Superman and Zod, to where the building, the Wayne building in Metropolis, is going down, and he is doing his damnedest to save as many people as he can. And it's just sad.
Yeah.
Which is why, like...
Some 9/11 imagery.
Very 9/11 imagery. I was going to say that, but it was... yeah. So there's that. Mm-hmm. And it's just sob-inducing a little bit. And it's not until the Nightmare that I'm like, okay, no, Zack Snyder is a hardcore Batman fan. Mm-hmm. Because he likes Batman better. It's very obvious. Until the Nightmare. And would you like to explain the Nightmare?
The Nightmare, which is very clever, because you think Nightmare, oh, it's a bad dream, but you spell Nightmare with a K-N. So it's like a Dark Knight Nightmare. It's basically...
I'm going to put my hand right here for now.
No, it's cool. It's cool. So, Bruce Wayne is having he's having a bit of a think, and he's having a bit of a sleep, and he sort of drifts off. And he has a dream. But it's not just any dream, because apparently it's time travel future prophecy dream. Wherein he is Batman, just wearing full-on goggles and desert trench coat, which does look cool. But
it does look cool, but it's not
Batman.
I feel like Batman would never do that.
And for some reason he is...
Unless Joel Schumacher is involved. Which we're not going to talk about. He would just put nipples on him.
Yeah. But he's in the future, and he's like, oh, we need so-and-so, we need these things. And it's all dark and foreboding, and no one really knows what's going on. And apparently his second in command is a dude he's fighting in the present, who, by the way, is Anatoly Nyazev, who is KG Beast, who they just throw in, like, every property that might have Batman in it, but they don't give him, like, the mask and just, like, the handgun thing, and it's ridiculous.
Again, this is coming from somebody
KG
who
Beast
knows more comics than I do.
Anyway. And he basically, Batman gets betrayed and all that, and then Superman shows up, and Superman's all mad.
You forget to point out all the soldiers that he's killing.
Have
a little thing, kind of like swastikas, but they're all Superman.
Or like a Trump rally.
Or a Trump rally.
Political!
Hey!
All right.
There we go. Anyway, so there's that going on. But the fact, the point is, like, after a while, like, for a while I wasn't looking for it. I was like, no, I would just be in the theater going, no, he just hurt him.
Yeah.
It's just an owie. And then I'm like, no, that guy's straight up dead.
Yeah.
I can't defend this
and
anymore.
Like Batman is straight up using firearms.
Which at this point, that is when this guy just checked out of the movie.
I was done.
He was done.
Yeah.
That was like at the 30 mark.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit over. It felt like a long ass movie.
It is.
It's a long ass movie.
Yeah. But anyway, so Superman gets captured. There's all that going on. There's like a big looming shot of showing like an Omega symbol out in the middle of the desert, which that's cool because Darkseid and all that. And then there are parademons that show up at the end of the dream. The weird thing that's important, though, is he wakes up from that dream.
But it's not ever.
Because...
Never over.
It's never over.
Because
then it's... Apparently, there's some confusion about who it is. It's the Flash.
Here's why I think it is.
Okay.
It's what they're going to do to his costume.
Okay.
Let's be real, he look like Iron Man. I was like, why is Marvel coming into the DC universe?
Yeah.
Because they're like...
It looks more like the Atom suit from Legends of Tomorrow. If
And
you've
the
watched
head.
that.
No,
Yeah.
because it's the head thing. The
Yeah.
head, it's open.
It's like a visor thing.
And then all of a sudden it closes and he looks like Iron Man.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is Tony Stark showing up? Who the hell cares?
But basically, like, the Flash is like, you have to stop it. It's all, you know, you.
Oh, he mentions Lois
Future
Lane.
MacGuffin. What's that?
He does mention Lois Lane,
mention
which
Lois
I was
Lane.
like, oh, okay, Batman's gonna use that.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No, because he just wakes her from the dream. So basically, what happened is Bruce Wayne had a dream that was actually a vision of the future, and then a dude from the future, while in that dream, warns him about the future, but says he went back too far, and then Bruce Wayne wakes up.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff.
I guess.
I am also a Whovian.
Yeah.
As you
So
can tell.
I love that.
That's the 10th Doctor.
I love that Bruce Wayne has the power of precognition.
Yes, he's psychic now.
Yeah. But yeah. So that leads to a whole thing where he's like, well, I didn't like Superman much, and I friggin' hate him now. So.
By the way, for those of you who didn't realize this 16 minutes ago, all these are containing spoilers. Spoiler alert!
You can't spoil what's
No, it's true. Rotten Tomatoes says so.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one of the weird things that Batman is just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill Superman now for no reason. If you're wondering why they actually fight, there's honestly no reason.
Well,
They just sort of do it.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Well.
You have the floor.
Well, honey. Here's why. Because much like Batman, one of the things that I like about Batman, and one of the things that was like the superior 89 Batman, which is represented with the yellow banner. Shut up. I see you back there.
It's a different video.
It's a different video. It will take a long time for that one. Anyway, it's bent on revenge. To most people in this film that agree with Bruce Wayne, a lot of it is revenge towards Superman because Superman just did not give a shit during Man of Steel about his surroundings and how many innocent lives he was putting in. So everybody hates Superman because so many people died because of his race. Which, he can do all that to make it up, but he doesn't actually, like, I don't know, granted, again, never seen Man of Steel, which I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of crap for. He doesn't really, does he apologize?
He doesn't apologize. He doesn't clean up his mess.
And you know what they reward him with? A freaking memorial
Yeah.
of all the people he killed. And you know how they have him standing? Like, yes, I am here to save you, pose.
Yeah.
No, you freaking are the reason they're all dead.
Yeah.
You and Zod.
Yeah. Like, this is an update. The end of Man of Steel involved these things called like world engines, which were like basically these big giant drills that were going to drill into the planet and fuck it up and basically make it into a new Krypton. So there was one in Metropolis, and there was another one like in the Indian Ocean and all that stuff.
Which would explain that one scene in the Indian Ocean,
which if you'll notice, that was all just a giant wreckage. And there's also the crash site is still in Metropolis. So Superman wasn't even like, hey, do you guys need some help? I have super strength. I can like move stuff away and clean it up for you.
Or you can
They just leave it there.
You just leave it there.
Yeah.
And not only that, you know what he didn't think about? The amount of kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because that shit's got it.
Well, granted, I don't think he knew about kryptonite at the time, though. I don't think so.
In Man of Steel?
No.
He doesn't know kryptonite would weaken him?
Well, no. I mean, it wasn't really presented. Technically, I'm trying to remember. This is, like, generally, the remnants of Krypton only became, like, weirdly irradiated as they were, like, hurtling through space and became destructive towards Kryptonians. And that's just green kryptonite. There's also red kryptonite. Kryptonite. Black kryptonite. There's a lot of kryptonites. Anyway.
Nerd. Anyway.
Yeah.
So basically what this is going to turn into is just why Zack Snyder is a terrible human being. Yeah. Keep him away from your superhero.
He doesn't believe in hope.
No.
Not cool.
No. Or red underwear.
No.
Also not cool.
Granted, they aren't doing that in the New 52 either. But also in the New 52, Superman right now is just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, and it's awesome.
So, wait, is he like angsty teenager clone?
No. Superboy's still around, but it's a different thing.
Alright.
Superman, something happened, and he actually lost pretty much all of his powers. So he can just, like, punch kind of hard. So basically, he has the remnants of his Kryptonian cape wrapped around his hands, and he just has, like, the t-shirt and jeans. And he's awesome. He was fighting, like, corrupt cops for a while. It was cool. Well, technically, in the New 52, Bruce Wayne isn't Batman.
Well,
Right
yeah,
now.
I would assume so.
Well, no, it's Jim Gordon right now.
Yeah, because he's like out of commission or something, right?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne got amnesia and all that stuff.
So he's looking happy.
Well, kind of. I think he
Sort of.
finally reverted back.
Anyway, so
We
focusing
take
on
tangents a lot.
the movie now.
We have to.
We have to.
Okay.
That's the purpose of this video, to warn the masses that we have to sign a petition.
Which is going to make as much sense now as that Flash thing. Of just like,
Yeah.
all these things. Wait, no.
Now, do we want to talk about the saving graces of the movie if you really do want to spend your money on this film?
You can go ahead.
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons is good.
Gal Gadot.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawrence Fishburne.
Yep.
That's it. Now, I would also include Jesse Eisenberg, because the thing is, like, the acting is not bad.
Yeah.
Granted, I will admit, I don't know what it is about Amy Adams playing Lois Lane, but it bothers me. I don't know why. It could just end up being, like, she's a redhead, and I'm used to her being brunette represent. But other than that, I don't know what it is. Just don't like it.
She just doesn't really.
But she did an okay job. So,
yeah.
There's that.
It's all the stuff that involves Lois Lane makes no sense. So her whole thing with, like, the experimental bullets. Why do they need experimental bullets? Why did Lex Luthor give his mercenaries experimental bullets?
Because we had to figure out a reason that Lex Luthor was a bad guy.
But it makes no sense.
But we had to figure it out, David.
But it makes no sense.
But we had to figure it out, David.
Also, those bullets don't.
No.
They don't compress.
They also,
it was a full bullet.
Would you also like to point out the fact that they do never come up again?
They never come.
They never come up again. There's no point to them whatsoever.
Yeah. They were just there to
They're
be
just
followed.
there to follow.
Yeah.
And let's see what else can but I love Jeremy Irons. Like I like him, and I like who did Lawrence Fishburne play? Is Perry.
Perry White.
Perry White.
Yeah.
I loved that because it was still Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred lives to give Batman shit for all the crap that he does, and basically like can get away with it because he's basically risen him, and Bruce Wayne's not gonna say shit to him.
Yeah.
He's still gonna do all the shit he shouldn't do that Alfred says he shouldn't do, and Alfred is of course going to help.
Yeah.
Alfred is not gonna stop being snarky though,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And I like.
Also, Alfred is basically Bruce's dad.
Yeah, let's be real.
He raised him.
Yeah.
For a certain point.
I mean, he had to,
Yeah.
but still.
Well, yeah.
But then there's Perry White, which I don't know if it's just Lord Fishburne doing it or what. I just found him delightful.
He just played him good.
He did. I loved him.
Granted, they had to add in that one little scene where basically Lawrence Fishburne says, "Hey, Superman, you're not relevant anymore." Where, like, Clark's, like, or he's rallying, he's like, "Oh, well, LexCorp's all up to all this stuff." Lawrence Fishburne is just like, "This isn't 1938 anymore." Apple's was like, "Oh yeah, the year that Superman was invented." Cool. Thanks, writers. Superman is.
They had to make it up somehow.
Superman is the most relevant, guys. Superman was made during the Great Depression. People weren't really happy and optimistic at the time. We needed someone, like, the populace needed someone who was, like, cool and willing to fight for the working man. And, like, yeah, optimistic. That's what we need. We don't need to be, like, depressed and be like, "Oh, well, superhero wouldn't be a superhero nowadays because, you know, if you get a cat out of a tree, you know, if they touch the tree, people are going to be mad." She's like, "Oh, you're messing with the environment. If you save the tree and get it back down, you know, people are going to be like, well, that cat wasn't spayed. There's going to be millions of cats everywhere." That's a thing that I'm paraphrasing something Zack Snyder said about Superman. No, he wouldn't care. Especially because, for a guy, Zack Snyder apparently loves Watchmen, and I've heard that he has like kind of objectivist leanings and all that stuff. By that token, he should love Superman, because Superman is a guy who does not compromise. His the thing he will not compromise is.
You know what I think he liked about
life has
Watchmen?
value. What's that?
Somebody was killing all those superheroes. I think that's what he liked about it.
Yeah. It just has that weird thing where like they're trying to be mature and trying to be adult. But what it is basically the equivalent of like a 14-year-old kid being like, yeah, what if it was like this, but they were all jerks? What, like, anytime that, like, Injustice Gods Among Us takes the very idea of, what if Superman was evil? That'd be so rad.
Bizarro Superman?
No, just regular Superman.
No.
The Joker put a nuke in Lois Lane's pregnant belly, and then shot her into space. And then Lois Lane, like, blew up and, like, nuked something, and Superman became evil.
It's one way to do it, though. Because, here's the thing. While I mentioned before I wasn't sure about Amy Adams playing, Lois Lane as a character did make a very, very extremely good point in that how the hell does nobody realize that Clark Kent is Superman? And it is in this line right here, it's like, how can you love me and you still be you? Because no matter where Lois Lane is in the fucking world, if Superman knows she's in danger, that is the first place he goes. There could be bigger problems that he needs to fix. And Lois Lane maybe not in that big of immediate danger. But he's going to save Lois Lane over the world first. So how do people not know that? Because the thing is in the movie, they're living together.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Clark and Lois Lane are dating. So everybody should think, oh, wow, Superman goes really out of his way to save someone. You'd think Clark Kent would have a problem. Oh, wait! Jawlines! Of course!
Yeah. It's not that hard of a connection to make. Lex Luthor makes
glasses.
It very easily.
Glasses
Yeah.
still bother me.
And also, like, this is weird past movie nostalgia stuff. Christopher Reeve was a very good Superman. And he was also incredibly good Clark Kent. Do you know why? Because he played them very differently. So that there was enough, like, plausible, like, I don't see it. Because when he's Superman, it's very different than when he's Clark Kent. Same thing with when Brandon Routh played him in Superman Returns, which is also a bad movie. But, you know, he did a good job. Superman got to talk in it. Superman doesn't get to talk in this. Station software updates.
Stop reading stuff my computer tells me.
It just popped up.
Well,
Anyway.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't relate to this.
Okay.
Focus on the bunny.
I'm trying.
What the bat? Which is another thing. Why I think
You like the voice thing. I don't like that voice.
I like the voice synthesizer. I don't like what Christian Bale does with it. Here's why. Because Batman, in comparison to Superman, goes more out of his way to protect himself and the people he cares about because he goes the extra mile to make sure nobody recognizes him.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, I like that idea, that prospect better than in 89 as much as I love it. Yeah, it does help. But the other thing is that from what the whole Superman being very different from Clark Kent, so it's very easy. Bruce Wayne is very different from Batman too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I loved all the little memes about Batman and why Batman is better. In that you put Kryptonite near Superman.
Yeah.
What is he?
Yeah.
Does he really know how to fight all that well? Or does he just use the fact that he can punch really
It
hard?
depends on which continuity you're working with.
But Batman studies,
I know.
like, all this. He trains for all this.
Yeah.
He's also a damn good detective in all this. Superman can punch really hard. Woo! I want him on my team! Not.
He's also a heck of an investigative reporter.
It's like, oh god.
Clark Kent is. He's a good reporter.
Oh my god, he's Spider-Man.
Huh?
He's Spider-Man. They
No,
both
he's
have almost the exact same job.
Here's the thing about Spider-Man.
Now we went, oh god, we're going to do another video.
Spider-Man is a photographer, and he's a good photographer, but most of the money he makes is just taking selfies and just selling them to J. Jonah Jameson and then laughing behind JJJ's back. because he just sold pictures of himself to a guy who hates Spider-Man.
It doesn't change the fact that their storyline is kind of similar in the fact that in the job market, it's similar. They're both in the news.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a world in a newspaper world where both Clark Kent and Spider-Man worked in the same newspaper? Why would you do that to my dog?
Sorry. But you are right.
Like,
I
wonder how long it would take.
What?
For them to figure out each other's secret identities. If they worked in the same plant.
I don't think Spider-Man would care. I don't think he'd be paying much attention because he's got to deal with, like, Aunt May being sick and, you know, girl troubles and all that stuff. He's a hormonal teenager.
He's kind of a mix between the two. Okay, we're going to go into a different video if we don't get back on track.
Yeah, we should get back.
We're good at that. Anyway, we'll save this whole Spider-Man, Superman. I think they're kind of the love child. I think he's the love child of Superman and Batman for some reason, based on storylines. But we'll get into that later. Because mostly we're going to focus on this terrible movie.
Yep.
So there's Wonder Woman.
She does pretty good.
Wonder Woman should have been a bigger factor.
She comports herself well.
She should have been a major character. I was secretly hoping she was going to bash their heads in together saying, "You're both stupid. We've got bigger fish to fry over here." Which didn't happen. But she did, not in that sense. When she was watching them, it was like, they're freaking dipshits for not focusing on this. They're doing the hand slap with each other when this shit's going down. Fuck those guys, I'm gonna go take care of this. And she has fun fighting.
Yeah, well,
she was having a blast fighting Doomsday, right?
Yeah. So many problems with that fight. The thing, the actual fights, they're not visually interesting. Either. They're not. It's I mentioned that I loved it when they fought the Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie, because it's an incredibly similar design. But that fight in the Incredible Hulk film is a lot more interesting.
That's 2 CGI characters, guys.
Yeah, but it's staged interestingly. This involves 3 people fighting one thing in a crater. Yeah.
And that one is CGI, the other 3 are real people. You'd think they'd figure out what. Okay.
It's mainly CGI.
It's mainly CGI.
But they'll have those shots.
They just add more.
Also, this is without context. I have a question for you. Why did Batman decide that he needed to take them to the dock in Gotham, even though the island that Doomsday landed on was uninhabited? And he seemed to just be chilling out there.
Why did he decide to go to the dock?
Yeah, why does he was like, hey,
that's
I know.
The light is set up.
Well,
Superman says, next time you light up that light, don't.
Well,
so he's like, fuck you, bitch. Well, my light is on. Come at me, bro.
I'm just saying.
Come at me, super bro.
I'm just saying, he knew that the docks were uninhabited, it was abandoned, but that's still next to a city. Which is closer than where that island was.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Is there any known electricity on that island? You gotta light that light somehow, baby.
Well,
gotta light that light somehow. Gotta light that light somehow. You gotta show it a symbol.
What he could have done is
I'm gonna do that a lot in
let
this video.
Doomsday chill out.
No.
And go get that spear, and then come back.
Here's the thing. At the time, they were being stupid and didn't know Doomsday was causing some shit.
They could have just assumed.
No, they were too busy not being friends until he says, "Go save Martha."
Which is another weird thing.
Martha!
Would you call your mom by her first name if you were about to die?
Well, true. Okay, if you're putting it in about to die phase. Because there are those children who are raised...
Terrible.
Shush. That call their mom and dad by their first name. It's weird to me. But that's just me. And of course... apparently him too.
Just wrong.
Just wrong. No disrespect on that front. Shush.
My part.
Okay. From me, anyway. The one that chose the correct side. Because here's the thing. No. There are those who do that. Here's the thing. Did Marvel know that ahead of time. I'm gonna ask you this: did
Wait,
Marvel know that
You mean DC?
whatever DC? I don't read comics, guys. Back off. I know I'm stupid sometimes about that. Anyway, did the writers of the DC universe know that both Superman and Batman's mom's name were Martha, or the people who raised them, I should say?
Generally,
Well,
they just
okay,
didn't.
no, I can't even say that because Batman didn't get raised by Martha all the way.
Up until like he was 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, generally, back when those characters were first being made, a lot of stuff was in flux, so they probably really didn't pay too much attention to the names. I'm fairly sure Superman's parents, like Ma and Pa Kent, were just Ma and Pa Kent for a long time.
So did they just decide to make her Martha just for the dramatic effect?
Well, no, like in the comics, it is Jonathan and Martha Kent,
Oh, okay.
and then Thomas and Martha Wayne. But it's not like a big thing. In fact, at the time, they weren't really teaming up or anything like that. Superheroes really didn't team up until The Flash.
Just gotta go fast.
You gotta go
Saying
fast. You gotta go so fast you can go to another dimension and talk to another Flash. That's how the first crossover happened. Flash of Two Worlds.
Anyway.
Yeah, and then the Justice League because of that.
So I'm gonna go back onto your other hatred for Batman.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he does use a different method,
Mm-hmm.
but he was about to kill Superman.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, guys, for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet, I'm gonna do a major spoiler drop.
Yeah.
Superman dies.
Yeah.
Lies.
Very stupidly.
Very stupidly. A.
Yeah.
B. I can't do a B symbol with my hands. At least not an obvious one. I can do the this one, but B. That's the one I
You
want.
just do a lowercase b.
No, because I did a capital A. I want to do a capital B. Anyway.
Diminishing returns.
Anyway, because it does the spinning top thing like Inception does, and you know how the thing wobbles,
Mm-hmm.
which I think everybody wanted it to wobble anyway. In the end of Inception, it does the dirt raise over his casket.
Yeah.
Which there were 2 caskets. I forgot. They gave him a military funeral.
For
The
some
military
reason.
who hated Superman and was hell-bent on, like...
I just don't think that the Superman that is portrayed in the 2 films does not seem like a person that 20% of the country would be like, yeah, right on. I feel like most of the world would be like, you need to get out of here with your face. This is bad. That's what I
We saw
feel
what
like.
you did in Metropolis. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Oh, and Diane Lane comes back as Martha. Martha! Eh!
Yeah.
Sorry. Did they
Also,
mention...
in this movie, Superman has 2 sets of terrible parents. Just the worst.
Kevin Costner comes back.
Yeah. To basically say that, hey, anytime you try and do a good thing, you're going to hear the whinnying of dying horses for the rest of your life.
Good job. I think, well,
It's a terrible lesson.
Here's the thing. I don't think that was the lesson.
Eh,
I don't think that was the lesson because it comes back
yeah.
right before Superman dies because he's stupid. He should have just given it to Batman. Batman would have got taken care of it.
Or Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
She knows how to throw spears.
She's smarter than both of them combined, and I like Batman. Anyway, the point of it wasn't necessarily every time you do something right, you're going to hear the death of many horses whinnying. It's find somebody whose world matters. Because if you remember, he asks his dad, did it ever stop? Yes, the day I met your mother. She became my, I don't know if that was the right line. It's like she became my whole world. And right before he does the dumb thing, he looks at Lois Lane and he's like, you're my world. You're what I'm fighting for. And then dies. Oh, and proposed posthumously because he's a dick.
You know what Superman's world is? Earth. Because his Kryptonian parents were like, hey, we're going to send him there because that's his best shot. And he showed up on Earth and he had a pretty good childhood and the rest of his life
Unless Kevin Costner's your dad.
Unless you're Kevin Costner, yeah.
Sorry, Kevin Costner. They did not write your dad character well.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. It doesn't even even say my world's gone, my world's dead, I'm gonna go disappear and go angst.
Yeah.
Because that's how Superman sounds like in my head.
Yeah.
Sorry, Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I'm not a good Superman impressionist.
It's just disheartening. The idea that, because Diane Lane at one point is like, be their hero, be their savior, or don't, you don't owe them a thing. It's like, well, you do kind of owe the world a bit.
You do a little.
But also, I'm gonna go all Spider-Man on your ass again.
Oh, okay.
With great power, there must also come great responsibility.
Which I'm surprised that it's Spider-Man that has to share that lesson.
Well, fun history.
Oh, fun history.
Okay. Steve Ditko was a co-creator. Was a co-creator of Spider-Man, and he was an objectivist. And great power, great responsibility is kind of a simplified idea of a certain type of objectivism, which is basically, if you can do something, it is your imperative to do something. So it's like, if you are skilled at something, you must do it for the betterment of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So this 15-year-old kid from Queens has it more figured out than Superman. The idea being hey, I have the power to save people from disasters and all that. I should do that just because that's what I should do. I'm not saying you can't have a normal life, but you're doing an amazing, great thing. Enjoy this. Do not have a frown all the time. Jeezy Pete's, people. You're dressed in blue and red, and it's bright.
I was waiting for it. Okay. I was waiting for Jeezy Pete.
No, you got it.
I got it.
And also, I don't know about you guys, but when I do something nice for someone, I feel pretty good about myself. I feel nice. It gives me a rush.
For those of you, I'm ranting here for a little bit.
Go ahead.
For those of you who watch Friends, Joey Tribbiani was right. There's no such thing as a selfless good deed, because you always feel good if you do something nice for somebody.
Exactly.
So and that's okay.
So
that is okay.
So Superman should be chasing that high all the time, saving the world.
Then again, Batman doesn't.
Well, he watched his parents get murdered.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that one.
Also, sidebar. This entire video has been sidebars. Zack Snyder is a very visual person. He can make good-looking visuals, which is fine. That doesn't mean telling a story, but he can kind of do that. So, when Bruce Wayne's parents are getting shot, artfully, it looks pretty cool. So, the idea of, the gun getting underneath Martha's pearls and, breaking the necklace by shooting it, that looks cool, and it makes no sense. Because, judging by, when Martha falls to the ground, she was not shot in the head. So the angle of that gun makes no sense whatsoever. This is a very technical detail, and one that only seems to be annoying me. But it's there. Also, Jeffrey Dean Morgan looks like Nicolas Cage. In that flashback, he looks exactly like Nicolas Cage. Looks like Nicolas Cage with a mustache. Mustache, cash stash.
Just stop.
But I love you.
I love you too. You're still wrong. Yeah.
Batman Robin.
Give him the pieces he already broke off.
Well, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Do we have much else to say, honestly? Because I'm not sure how well this is structured.
I'm very, very scared. From what I've heard, Zack Snyder is directing the next movie.
Yeah.
Why is he letting? Why?
Because it's not gonna make any sense.
Why? You know what I'm scared of as a woman? It is also said that Wonder Woman is supposed to be the main focus of the Justice movie. Which, yay! Get some strong female superheroes the light they deserve. Stop playing with your phone.
I'm sorry.
considering how he does with the men,
Mm-hmm.
and how much he loves comic books, apparently. What's he gonna do to Wonder Woman? What's he gonna do to her? I'm scared. I'm scared, guys.
Yeah.
The fear is real.
Well, we'll see how that goes
Mm-hmm.
because according to so far, Batman vs Superman has the biggest attendance drop within 1 week for any comic book movie. Like it dropped like 80% of its profits.
I enjoy the meme. I also saw it was it's Deadpool watching Batman vs Superman going, my movie was better.
Basically.
As well it should be.
Because it was made by people who understand the source material and want to make something good.
And Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm not saying that someone making a superhero movie has to be 100%
hardcore fanboy.
I've been reading it since I was 5.
It helps. It helps if you know it though. Like the whole I liked it. The Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
They let a fanboy direct it.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It was nostalgic. I'm sad he's not directing the next one.
But the dude that made Looper's making the next one.
I have not.
Super good.
Basically, we're learning that I need to educate myself more in terms of media. That doesn't change the fact that fanboys sometimes do better.
Sometimes.
Wow. Which we still need to watch Fanboys now that I think about it.
We do.
Yeah.
It's a movie you watch with the movie. The jokes are easy, but you're meant to kind of be parroting.
We forgot one major thing that we forgot to talk about.
What was that?
In terms of the movie.
What was that?
Our favorite bald-headed anti-shithead. Lex Luthor. Again, Jesse Eisenberg. I mean, we touched on it.
Yeah.
But we didn't really focus on it.
Yeah. When he's just
Too
evil
much.
Mark Zuckerberg, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I liked him as evil Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but once he's yeah, I kidnapped your mom and I'm doing a killing joke on her, so go beat up Batman. That's not really a Lex Luthor thing to do.
No, that's stupid.
A Lex Luthor thing to do would be oh, I have a bad employee. Cool. Have him take the day off, remove all of his assets, bankrupt his entire family, and send them out on the street. Because I'm Lex Luthor and I don't like people telling me no. That's a Lex Luthor thing. It's not I'm going to physically harm someone. Because he has money and charisma and influence. So he can hurt you in so many worse ways than just, I'm going to torture someone.
And can feed you gummy bears.
Yeah.
Creepily.
He's also got
Sexually.
a big ego.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. There's a part in 52 where he has Clark Kent, who has no superpowers, under his control, and he has him tied to a truth serum. And he wants to know the identity of another person that is not Superman, basically.
Okay, that was the other thing. Does Lex Luthor know?
What?
He knows that Superman's Clark Kent, right?
In this movie, yes.
In this movie, does he generally know?
No.
What?
Because he's so cocky and arrogant that he just doesn't see it. He doesn't see the idea that Superman, this, nigh unstoppable being, would choose to be a bumbling, aloof reporter. Basically.
I don't know, that kind of goes to the very deep, kind of in comparison to Joker, which basically, that's all I was
Joker
waiting
just doesn't
for.
care.
That's all I was waiting for, was that I wanted him to sprout that green hair off the top of his head. I mentioned that before. But that's what he was. He was basically the Joker.
Yeah.
That's all he was. He creates Doomsday, would you say for the hell of it?
Pretty much.
He
clearly has no exit strategy on what to do with Doomsday.
He doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't understand what the point was to that whole scenario. People already didn't like Superman, so what more was he egging on with that?
Yeah, nothing really.
He liked Batman. Does he know that Bruce Wayne is Batman?
Because that's what. I'm fairly sure. I feel like he does.
So dumb.
Yeah.
It's just okay. Now I have a question because that was a new random question. I was also kind of waiting for it.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposedly Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
When? That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting. I was like, when is Jim showing up?
It depends, because I know they are going to work on a Batman movie.
With who? Is Batman?
It's Ben Affleck still as Batman.
Oh, okay. I can get behind this.
The thing is, I don't know
I
how
hope
they're going to do it.
as long as Zack Snyder's not directing it, I'm okay with it.
Like, if they're going to do, like, an earlier thing, that's fine. But they've kind of written themselves into a corner.
Because,
because
it's to Ben Affleck, you're no spring chicken.
It'll be old it'll be old Commissioner Gordon if they do that. Mm-hmm. Which might mean, hey, we get more Batgirl going on. Mm-hmm. But
that'd be cool.
It would be cool, but then it's like a huge age difference. What?
So we're gonna have to do. We have.
I think it was.
I think we just started a video series of us just talking. Because now I want to talk about Jared Leto's Joker, but that's not in relation to the Batman movie. They're Dawn of Justice movie.
We don't have a full enough idea of it either.
No, we don't. We gotta work on some stuff, guys. Where we just basically talk to you.
Sure. For 50 minutes.
No, that was just to cover Batman vs Superman.
I know.
Which we went on a lot of tangents.
We did. That's all good.
I'll fix it in post.
Sure.
Alright, guys.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say about that. Those are our opinions.
We'll try and be better at structuring things next time.
Yeah. Also, guys. Zack Snyder wants to direct the next movie.
Yeah.
I hope nothing has been signed yet. I'm scared.
We'll see.
I'm scared, guys. This is terrifying.
It's all good.
No. It's not all good. No. You saw what he did to Batman. We've talked for 51 minutes of what he did to Batman and Superman.
No, at the end of the
Wonder
day,
Woman.
They can't take Superman 3 away from me. So.
That's a whole other video.
Alright, well.
Bye, guys. We've talked to you now.
Too much.
Yeah. Until next time.
Hit the button. How do we stop this thing?
We have
to go back.